Y'all already know what it is.
It's the Lazy Ass Podcast.
Well, I'm going to throw it back, and I'm going to do some angry rants real
All
quick.
right,
I got a couple things I want to run through that I've seen over the course of this week where I'm a little angry about.
What's the segment called?
You know what? I didn't really put enough into that to really know. Pugs Pissin' Corner. I don't know.
I was going with the piss angle myself.
Okay. That's your
Pugs Pissy Rant.
Yeah.
Okay. First thing,
Pugs Pissy Post.
Macy's department store. They've been around forever. They just released a new line of plates. Just doesn't, I'm sure they've done it 1,000 times.
Yeah. Macy's plates.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. Yeah. Well, this is actually a podcast host that started this. Her name is Allie Ward.
Oh, wow.
She sucks. And I'm going to tell you why she sucks.
Tell
Because she tried to get she tweeted a photo of the plates that I'm about to tell you about, saying, how can I get these plates from Macy's banned in all 50 states?
Oh, I saw that fucking bullshit.
Yes, she has actually done enough to where Macy's pulled these goddamn plates off the shelf.
So what did the plates say?
Okay, glad you asked, Red.
They better say, like, Hi Hitler.
Right, that would be
I
understandable.
better say the N-word on it or I'm leaving.
That would be understandable. However, it's a normal plate, and it has 3 circles inside of the plate.
Okay.
The first circle is a smaller circle in the middle, says skinny jeans. The second one says favorite jeans, and the bigger one that goes over most of the plate says mom jeans.
That's a nice creative way to portion
There's
size.
also one that the smaller thing says foodie, and the larger one says food coma. She thinks that these will lead to eating disorders.
Oh, fuck off.
How goddamn pathetic is that? Like, I get it. We have become more sensitive, and listen.
Not we.
No, we as a society, I'm saying.
Don't me.
And in order to survive in a society, you need to adapt to an extent. This is a weird thing. This is just too over the top for me. Like, I wouldn't even have had the beginning part of a thought that was offensive or going to cause an eating disorder.
It'd be one thing if it was like, oh, skinny jeans, okay, and fatty pig face. Maybe then you could say, oh, it's causing food disorder. It's just literally just say mom jeans, favorite like skinny jeans. Like, okay, yeah, we get it. Mom jeans might be the bigger one, but it's literally portioning. And you know what? That portioning size will put you into mom jeans, or that portioning size will put you into skinny. That's just how.
Yeah, it sucks whoever made those plates.
Yeah.
They had to get pulled now from Macy's.
It says right here, hi, Allie. We appreciate you sharing this with us. This is on Twitter. And agree that we missed the mark on this product. It will be removed from all story at Macy's locations. That doesn't make sense. All stores, I'm guessing it was supposed to say.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thanks for hearing and taking the feedback. Side note, if the surplus stock winds up in TJ Maxx's and Marshall's and Ross stores across America, I'm going to lose it again.
Okay. Why are people... What pisses me actually off more than her getting offended is just how Macy's is so willing from one comment from somebody to just be like, oh, you're right. Oh, okay, yes. We'll take it off for you. Do you need us to, give you any food? Do you need to... No. Just get... There, a lot of stores and a lot of companies or what have you are just are giving in way too fast.
Yeah, man.
So
out of nowhere.
The name of the company that put these plates out called Portions, and they describe their product as humorous and healthy way to watch what you eat and drink. This is their quote. Walk down any street today and one thing becomes immediately clear. We have really let ourselves go. Waistlines are exploding like the national debt. Arteries are jammed like Grand Central Station at rush hour. And there are plenty of helpings to blame to go around. Fast food, slow metabolism, excessive elbow bending. So, pull up a chair and meet Portions, unique cocktail, dinner, and party wear. Every day of the week, our collections will provide a hip, humorous, and healthy reminder to watch how much you eat and drink. Yeah. Whether feeding a family of 4 or concocting an in-drink for your friends, Portions will keep you smiling and keep you from overindulging. I mean, they're just telling you right there it's a humor thing. Like, that's how I saw it from the beginning.
I mean,
do you really see like where somebody should get pissy about a plate? It's a goddamn plate.
I think they could have left out certain parts in that. Like, they didn't have to say waistlines are exploding and like
they were trying to be funny.
Well, they are.
But I'm just
that's
saying,
not their response to this whole thing.
Yeah,
that's like their quote for the product line.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a response to this.
No.
Okay, totally different. Mm-hmm. I was like, what? They're kind of making it worse. But yeah, people are just. allowed a platform, and these companies are just like AJ said, they shouldn't be listening to them.
Yeah, they give way too they give in way too fast. I'm
too
telling you,
When you give in like that, I'm not going to get into this too much, but if you remember, we had a problem about a year ago with a tweet, and the question rose to delete it or keep it. And
Yeah.
if you delete it, you admit you're wrong.
Yes.
You are automatically wrong when you delete it. Same thing here. When you pull that, you're admitting you were wrong.
Yeah.
and also, I mean, yeah, and then everything else, like it gives more power to the people that actually like the next time they come in. Most of the time, also, if you leave it up, people just forget about it, and then
feel
you
like
can still sell those products.
Hobby been quiet about this.
How's your?
I'm just chilling, man. I'm just trying to listen to what you guys are saying.
I mean, have you like?
Feel free to jump in now and then.
Please.
We're not like gonna just call on you like this is class. Be like, well, Hoppy, you do the homework. So if you want to chime in, brother.
I just noticed that the women that wear mom jeans were the ones that were mad.
Yeah,
Probably. More than likely. You're probably 100% right.
I noticed
What are you
that.
saying? We're fat? What's wrong with that?
There was a radio host in Richmond, Virginia that like she's a female and has like a morning show there and was just bitching on Facebook about it, and I had to mute her forever.
About this?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to show that to me later because I would really like to get behind that.
All right, let me load it up.
All right, story number 2. This one is
Yeah.
actually in our backyard, Bradenton, Florida.
Bradenton is the worst place I've ever been.
Well,
So
there
gross.
was a panhandler
it.
on the road. This guy's name is Ryan Bray, not the panhandler, the guy that we're going to talk about.
Ugh.
Ryan Bray was in his vehicle at an intersection there in Bradenton, and a panhandler approached him for cash. He actually reached his arms inside the vehicle and did like one of those things where you like if you're leaning in your buddy's car,
Yeah.
you know, like your elbows on the thing.
Yeah.
That's how he got in, and asked him if he said, "Hey, do you have any money?" And Ryan said, "No, but I have one better for you. I will give you a job making $15 an hour doing yard work."
That's good.
That's pretty dope.
$15 an hour is a lot. And it was probably like under the table too.
He said, "No."
What?
Not only did he say no, he said absolutely not, and started getting belligerent and cursing and kicked his Jeep and told him to leave.
Oh, fuck off.
You'd think that's where this story started. Now, I do want to, this is the rant part of it. The next part about it is the part that where the justice kind of comes.
He chased him down in his car and killed
People
him.
like this, people like this, I do not feel bad for. This is why I do not give money to panhandlers, because of people like this. This man is not willing to work for his
so
money.
angry.
I do not feel bad for this guy at all. I don't care if he was sitting outside in that rainstorm that happened earlier with a sad puss on his face. I'd walk by and I'd be like,
You know what I
good
hate?
for you, dude.
I hate when they go, I hope I'm not bothering you before they say it. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Just ask. I'm going to say no, but hey, I don't mean to bother you, but do you have any money? Dude, go to the fucking library, go on Craigslist, go to Craigslist jobs, and fucking get a job mowing a lawn. Shut the fuck
There are a
up.
lot of jobs right now.
Do you give? So you don't give money? You don't? Do you? Have you ever?
Now, I will say, before he answers, I will
I've
say,
given money in Chicago when it's negative 20 out and the guy looks like he's about to die. I'll give him like $2 or $3. That's the only time.
the last time I went to New York, and people don't approach me that often in New York because I kind of know how to act. I don't want to say act, but there, you keep to yourself. You're not staring at all the buildings so that you stick out like a sore thumb. You don't have your camera out, that kind of thing. When you're on the subway and the guy walks in and you could tell he's asking for money, you pretend like you're sleeping so he don't even come up and ask you. I know how to handle all that. But a guy came up to me and said, "Hey, man, do you have a couple bucks? I'm really hungry." I said, "No, I don't have any cash on me. But I'll tell you what, walk with me right over here. I'll buy you a sandwich."
Yeah.
And I did. And that I was cool with until 20 minutes later saw him asking for money again.
Well, I mean, he's not going to stop there. He's
Yeah.
He's
He's on a
capitalist.
roll.
He's a
He's on a
capitalist.
roll.
exactly.
Okay, all right.
He's on a hot
I guess
streak.
I never thought about it that way. I never
You don't
thought
just
about
quit.
it.
Like, well, got my
I'm
sandwich for the day. Wait till tomorrow, another
Goes
sandwich.
back to his cardboard box.
Good point. Good point.
Had it made.
Imagine Pugs chasing down. You don't know when to quit, do you? That's how you got here.
Give me that goddamn sandwich back, because he still had it. That was I think the part that pissed me off is he still had half the sandwich in the container, and
Because he was
going
going to be
around-
hungry later. He's like, I was so mad that he was going to be hungry later, and he wasn't just that hungry now.
You don't know when to quit, do you?
So, what did the guy do next? Bray went back to the scene of the exchange and he brought a WTVT reporter with him.
Yeah.
Then he busted out his own sign that said, I offered him $15 an hour to do yard work for me, and he refused. If we as a community stop paying them, they will leave our neighborhood.
That's very true. And that's the guy.
And he said the panhandler, which is that guy right there,
Wow.
wasn't too happy. He confronted Bray, claiming he did nothing wrong.
Think Ryan has to say something?
It's always at Wawa at like 11:30 at night.
Yo, Wawa is a freaking magnet for that shit.
Yeah.
I met my cousin. My cousin lives in Orlando.
Met your cousin at a Wawa?
No.
Hey, do you have money?
My cousin works doing his traveling sales job, so he was in Tampa, and I met him at the Wawa on beers, and 41, right before you get onto 275.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, wait a
We
minute.
sat outside.
It's not Bears?
It's beers.
I thought it was
Wouldn't it be
Bears.
B-E-E? Okay,
No,
continue.
there is a beers. Like there is a Bears and there's a beers.
Okay,
It's two
okay.
different. It's two
Sorry,
different roads.
continue.
He's making shit up.
Roads. What are you
be
talking
true.
about? What beers on? Are you talking about the beers like right off like Fowler?
Fowler?
There's a.
Okay, we're getting
It
sidetracked.
runs the same way as
Just
Fowler.
continue.
Okay,
I'm
fuck it,
sorry,
let's
my
go.
bad. I threw us off.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thanks. You completely threw me off because I'm trying to recollect my thoughts.
The Wawa,
Here. Yeah,
met
so
your
I met my
cousin.
cousin at the Wawa.
He was begging for money.
And we just sat outside and had a coffee, just talking. We had to have four different people or groups of people come up and ask us for money. I left my wallet at home and I just need a little bit of money to put in my gas. I got to go all the way to Ocala. Oh, this and that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yo, just leave me the fuck alone.
AJ, last year when you were on my show, Happy Hour, and we used to record at the Kevin setup, did you ever have that happen if you ever had to go to a Wawa or 7-Eleven over there? Because that neighborhood in Newport Richie at the Dump
yeah.
Towers, that was
Well-
like prime central panhandlers and hookers.
I know the Wawa that Pugs is talking about, and that it happened to me too, especially before I would go to to morning class. I would go there, and then but there was the best scam I saw. Some guy picked up like a Wawa card, like one of those silver Wawa credit cards, and just like went in there, and then I was like behind him in line. He's like, okay, let me get 5 cartons of Newports. Let me get
The guy that was asking for money?
the guy that was asking for money, or like he was there before, and then he somehow
He found that shit. Like
he
by
found
a
that
gas
shit,
pump.
and I remembered him because he asked me for money like about like 2-3 days earlier. Then he goes in, he's like, okay, I want 5 cartons of Newports. Let's get some Marlboro Lights too. Like get 5 more of that, and you're only supposed to go up to like 11 or 10, I think. And then he's like, okay,
Yeah, but 10 cartons of cigarettes is $500, homie.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, no, I know. And so he's paying for all this shit on a card, and then he's just walking out like out of the store, like wobbling with all this shit.
Yeah,
that
that
he
shit
bought.
was definitely stolen.
And then and then he goes off, and then I went up to the cashier. I'm like, hey, that guy was homeless just like 2 days ago, and she's like, yeah, we're gonna probably do something.
What if she
And
was
I'm
like,
what do you mean?
America, land of the dreams and shit? Like, she was just, you think you know a guy.
But to be honest, man, I feel bad for the person whose card that is, but I just thought that was so
No,
funny.
well, the bank will reimburse it once they investigate.
Yeah.
Because that happened to me, and I was kind of curious as to how at first you could spend so much at a gas station. Then it hit me, they're buying cartons of cigarettes.
I should have went up to the guy. It's like, hey man, I know what you did. Give me a carton so I won't say shit.
You should have.
would-
Storied him.
He would have been like, nah, just stab me. in the
Yeah, I was
stomach with a
thinking that in
shit.
my head. I was like, you just shanked him ass.
Last story I got for you guys.
Yay.
For my ranting section here. This one is from Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually say where. I believe it's somewhere about Philadelphia because the company that is involved in this story is a Philadelphia-based
Cream cheese
company,
thing.
do La Colombe coffee. Colombe?
Yeah.
Colombe.
La Colombe.
La Colombe coffee.
Yeah.
Anywho, so I'm sure you've heard some stories in the past about like the school lunches. Remember the lunch lady that got fired for letting the kid have the lunch for free?
Yep.
And stuff like that. Well, in Pennsylvania, they were sending letters to the parents saying essentially that where is it? Can be sent to dependency court for neglecting your child's right to food. Like the
Oh, I
school
heard
was
about
sending that
this.
to the
Yeah,
parents
yeah.
because they had lunch dues that they owed.
Yeah.
Well, there was a man who owned the chief executive executive officer and the co-founder of that coffee company. His name is Todd Carmichael. Todd Carmichael.
Never trust a man named Carmichael.
He offered to give the Wyoming Valley West. There you go, Wyoming Valley West School District. I don't know why they're called Wyoming in Philadelphia. Oh, maybe this is in Wyoming. It's just the Philadelphia guy for some reason was around. Okay, so the Wyoming Valley West School District. He offered them $22,000 to wipe out every student in the school's debt. The school turned them down.
What?
Do you want to know why the school turned them down?
No.
We want to take.
I mean, yes, I do
kids.
want to know why.
The school said that the parents can afford it.
That was just their explanation.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's it? The parents
is-
can pick the tab up?
It is not your place to determine if they can afford it or not. Now, granted, I'm not a person who is big on handouts. But if this dude, the CEO of a company, wants to make a private donation or pay off kids' lunch bills, let him. You need your money. That's what you're there for. That's why you're sending these letters out essentially threatening parents because their kids owe money for shit-ass school lunch that sucks anyway.
They might be good.
Yeah, what, the box pizza from back in the day?
Hey,
Do you
some of
understand we used to get excited about that shit?
Hey, man, when you were a
Straight
kid, some of
garbage.
those school
yes,
lunches
but
might have
now
been fire.
straight garbage.
This guy's so hot about this subject.
Yeah,
love
I
it.
am hot about this because why are you not going to accept the money from this dude? Wipes everybody's debt clean, and you can let kids start charging their lunches all over again.
Well, that's when you know it's like it's past just like a money issue and more into like a personal.
Yeah, and okay, so I will be cool with them saying some of the parents can afford it because I guarantee some of the parents whose kids owe money could afford it.
Yeah.
But there are kids who can't afford it. And you're taking away that whole embarrassment factor by doing this. Those kids that can't afford it don't have to worry about it now because they're debt free.
Yeah.
They don't have to be like, oh well, here's $10 and I'll get the other $5 on, they don't have to worry about that no more. There's no shaming in it. Because the school also considered serving peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to students with overdue accounts. That would be really stupid because you're singling out the people who have the overdue accounts and they receive legal advice warning against it. Well, duh shit.
Yeah. Well, aren't there mandated like free lunches that they do get?
It's probably different state to state.
Yeah, that's what I
imagine.
would. That's a state thing. I know that if your parents made under a certain amount, you got free lunch.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, though, kind of going against what I was saying, but then again, we're living in a different time now. When we were younger, if you could muster up a free lunch, you're like, yeah, bitch, I'm on free lunch.
Exactly.
I used to just eat girls' lunches. I'd be like,
Girls'
just flirt
lunches?
with them and just get their fries and shit.
What makes them girl lunches?
Because it was the girls.
Oh, the girl. Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
flirt with the girls.
Yeah, I thought your school segregated your lunches.
No, just flirt with them and just pocket. If I ever got like money at a time for my parents, just pocket like some $3 and be like,
Y'all ever traded food? You probably must. Have
no,
traded
no one
food.
wanted my food. Sometimes the snacks, because I had snacks and I never liked them because I had an older sister, so whatever she wanted was the snacks we got.
I would get leftovers from dinner, but like it would be good shit, like
Yeah.
stuff that I love now. But like at the time, I'm like, man, I want Twinkies or chips. Or,
Yeah, no one wants to exchange I'm not really exchanging jerk chicken and shit, even at that age.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just gonna be honest, but it's kind of crazy because it's kind of like imagine around Christmas when people go to Walmart and like I want to clear everyone's debt. Imagine the Walmart person's like,
Nope, you can't.
They can afford it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they
imagine
obviously
it. Wait,
can't.
what? Like that's just crazy to me.
I feel like I want to just start putting stuff on layaway
So-
so I can maybe get lucky and
That'll
have somebody
happen?
pay it
So
off.
Pugs, if I racked up the debt to $10,000 for podcast,
You came
dues
close.
and stuff like that, then and if someone came in here like Elon Musk, it's fine, Pugs, I'll take care of it. For
Yeah,
him.
be like, yeah, Elon, he owes me $20,000.
Do you have anything else to rant about?
And now I digress.
Do you have anything else?
I do not.